So this is our Colibri, so that's a smaller form factor with the 8X. And what this is an A35 quad core from ARM. A35 is the low power 64-bit ARM V8 processor. So what's very interesting here is it's a smaller form factor, so the power matters, right? And small form factor matters. And we already show here, this is Qt running, fully hardware accelerated. So basically this is a smooth rendering with Qt already running. So using the GPU acceleration on our i.MX 8X. So very power efficient, 64-bit, basically ready to start your development under the Toradex Early Access program.
So it's like the new Cortex A5 kind of?
So I would call it's like the A7 equivalent. So you have the A9 and the A15 on the 32-bit on the higher end, and you have the A7, which is the i.MX 7 on the 32-bit. So this one, the i.MX 8X, is basically the low power 64-bit from NXP. There's another thing which is very critical with the 8X. It actually has support for Ecc Memory. So this is very important for safety critical and certifiable applications where you want to have your error correction from the processor through your level 1 and level 2 cache all the way through to your DDR3 memories. So we're going to bring out the 8X with Ecc Memory support on our Apalis, so the bigger form factor. Now, where is this actually quite interesting? It's interesting for industrial automation application. So let me show you a quick demo here. This is not i.MX 8, but this shows you a little bit what we're doing on industrial automation. Hey Guy, can you quickly walk us through what you have here on this demo?
Yeah, sure. So here we have one of our customers and partners, a carrier board. We have inside this product an Apalis i.MX 6 quad core.
Is it a diamond?
Yes, it's diamond. And in the Linux stack, we also have the preemptive RTPAT, so it provides real-time capabilities. Okay. So, taking this hardware, we have an EtherCAT connection to industrial digital I/O slave and some motor controllers. So this field bus is EtherCAT, and what we have here, it's a CODESYS soft PLC solution running. So it's working as a PLC. And we also have a soft motion controller doing synchronization of the motors here using the CODESYS software. So this was all done and put together by one of our partners, BE.Services. They are specialized in integrate CODESYS as well as OPC. So we also have an OPC server here. Those are all some very common tools and resources in the industrial automation area.
All right. And so when you talk about this, you're saying that the i.MX 8X could be doing this kind of stuff too?
Exactly. So the 8X is basically the ideal candidate to later go into industrial and safety certifiable real-time capable application. Again, the 8X, it has a secondary M4 core where you can run your FreeRTOS or the Cephron, but also that additional Ecc memory is very critical when you go into any kind of industrial application. Let me walk over here. We have some more updates on 8 with one of our partners. So, first of all, this is another interesting one. So one of our key markets also for the 8 is actually automotive or transportation type UIs. So what you see here is actually, this is from the RIMAC, the fastest electric car. We have shown that many times before. They have in the past been running on an i.MX 6. So now because our form factors are pin compatible, they use the Apalis form factor, they can now upgrade to the 8 Quad Max, so the very high-end 8. What you see here is their early prototype system running the big 8, the Quad Max, and it was very easy for them to port it. So they could basically just recompile the application, they could exchange the module, so you remove the old and put the new one in, and then start your application. You can see it's basically a very smooth system. You can touch through, you basically have your navigation, nice pinch and zoom, turn it around, so it's very fluent. Nice. So this is powered by Qt on 8, basically ready to go and already being deployed in prototype cars. Now, another thing on 8...
cars are like, the customers will be happy, they bought a nice car and
exactly.
That car is getting updated.
So RIMAC, of course, they also, because they really built concept cars, they always want to be on the latest technology. So the fact that they work on our module is very easy for them to update. Let me show you another thing. I have here Nicola.
Yeah.
He actually is one of our partners and takes care of all our Android offerings. And I think he has some exciting stuff to show on the i.MX 8.
So hi, so who are you?
Hey, hi guys. So we are Kinetics. We are like the Android partner for Toradex. We support the entire portfolio of Toradex SOM modules with our operating systems. And here in particular, we can see we are presenting at the show for the first time Android 9 running on the i.MX 6 Quad Max, and you can appreciate immediately the differences between like an old i.MX 6 processors in terms of performances and what it's running on the i.MX 8 Quad. It's like almost like 5-6 times more the GPU performance running the benchmark. In particular, we are providing like a free evaluation images. If you go on our website, there are the technical notes. It's like our blog where we post like how-tos and like binary images for evaluation for all the platforms. In particular, as available here, the Android. It's actually Android 8 here because we are publishing like right after the show the Android 9 blog post with the available image for the SOM module.
Android 9, is this the first Android 9 in the embedded industry?
I guess it's one of the first. Yes, I guess it's one of the first.
So what other things are important to you about Android 9?
Well, actually, right now is a very new system. It seems to be like a transition between the 7 and through the 8 to a more stable version. So it will be probably the next production-ready operating system for the high-end microprocessors like the i.MX 8.
Is there better integration of the Project Treble? Does it help you to update? Because you want to support all these boards.
Yeah.
Are you doing a lot of treble stuff to do that?
Well, we have to actually start doing treble, but more is on the manufacturing side. So if you're doing like some special drivers and you want to support your board, so in terms of BSP packages, so something that maybe NXP wants to leverage. From our perspective, I don't think we are taking advantage of treble, of course, even if it is a pretty good technology, but still young. So nobody knows exactly where treble is going. So hopefully, like in the next year, we will be clarifying the entire framework if it has been a good idea or not.
Nice.
So something that is really interesting here is actually something that we call hybrid BSP. The name is CODESYS. So this is an i.MX 7 running what we call real-time Android. So the entire sensor data is gathered through the M4 core that is part of the package of the i.MX 7. So everything is run by an RTOS running on the M4, and the UI is managed by Android. So
how can you do real-time Android? You connect to the other RTOS in real time.
So what we do is that there is like a task that is running on the RTOS installing the M4 core, and through what is called inter-processor communication, we are like sending the data to the application processor in order for displaying like the data in a nice way with a rich Android UI. And we have also available, and we are showing here what we call Update Factory. So Update Factory is our delivery system for operating system images or like application in general. It's based on Eclipse Hotbed that is being initiated by Bosch, and we are contributors. In fact, we released the open source client for Android, and we are leveraging the technology on the back end to provide to our customers a nice way to actually deploy night builds of our BSP, like on a matter of a drag and drop.
So drag and drop, and you update.
And then you update. You can update like the operating systems, or the kernel. You can update U-boot, but also application on the higher layer of the operating systems. Everything that we publish actually is like very well documented. So for Update Factory, we have an entire section that is dedicated to the documentation. We support both Linux and Android. All the documentation is like how to use the client, how to interact with the API that we provide, and again with videos that can help like to see how does it work.
And how is it to work with Toradex?
So working on Toradex was like actually a very exciting experience. They are really, really helpful to provide like all the support that we have from an hardware standpoint, and we have a solid base to start from porting, for example, the Linux kernel to the Android kernel. Their work is very precise, very well documented. When we need like some sort of support from their engineers, they are always available. So it's like a very, very compelling experience.
And the end customers are getting excited to use this?
So what was lucky was the support from a professional level of Android BSP. So you can have evaluation image from different manufacturers around the world, right? When you choose like your providers. But what we are trying to take this to another level is you got to have a platform ready for your development and your production that is reliable and secure to actually have those kind of software running safely on your final product.
Nice. That's cool.